Semen retention isn't about being pure. It's about becoming powerful. Because, dude, understand, until you learn to master and control your energy, somebody else will. And if you can't even say no to your lust, you are not the one who is in control of your life. You are not the driver at the metaphorical steering wheel of your life. You are not the conscious decision maker of the actions that you are taking in your life. You are owned. You are a slave to your desires, to your cravings, to your impulses. You are a slave. Because, dude, think about this. If you can't even say no to these little urges, to these little spikes of energy that you get without indulging them, how in the heck are you going to go out into the world and have a backbone and learn to say no to, let's just say, your woman when she disrespects you, to other men when they disrespect you and they try to exert their will upon your life? How are you going to have the backbone to say no to the system, to the world at large, when reality tries to force you to be a certain way, when they try to cram you in a box and say you will submit? How are you going to say no and stand up to that if you can't even say no to your addictions, your desires, your impulses, and your cravings? It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. If you can't say no to your lust, then you are not in control. You are owned. You are a slave. And not just to women, but to the entire world at large. Because when you are constantly in a state of chasing pleasure, of chasing hits of dopamine outside of yourself, you are in reaction. You are a slave because you are an addict. Make no mistake, if you are, overly indulging in adult movies on the internet, excessive single one-night stands with women who you're not connected to, all of these things are just you being and behaving like an addict. And your given substance is licentiousness. Make no mistake. And an addict cannot make decisions for his own life because he is a slave to his desires. And an addict always has to go to his dealer to get his hit of his chosen substance, of his chosen drug. And when you constantly are searching for things outside of yourself to make you feel good, to make you feel peace, to make you feel joy, to just feel okay in your energy. Sorry about that dog outside. He'll stop barking in a second, hopefully. We'll let him finish up his business. But when you are constantly searching for things outside of yourself to give you pleasure, to give you joy, to give you presence, you're not centered in your energy. You are not fully at home in your body. You are not the conscious owner of your thoughts, of your energy. You are not centered in yourself, in your soul. And you are always going to be, from that state, in reaction. When you're trying to go out and meet women, you're going to be very reactive. You're going to be very ooh, what is she thinking? You're not, am I at peace in this interaction? Am I grounded in this interaction? What is she thinking? What is she going to think of? You're reactive. You're disgusting to her because you care too much. When you go out into the world, you're going to walk around in trepidation and fear because you are not feeling potent and powerful in your own body. Not in a way that you want to dominate other people, but you are relaxed and you are grounded in your powerful presence. Silent, but powerful. Silent, but powerful. That's actually what you will be if you continue to walk this path, the path of celibacy, the path of God, the path of retention. You will have a silent groundedness, a silent power, a silent intensity in your presence, and it will be felt by everyone around you. But when you walk the path of breaking your addictions to lust, to licentious entertainment on the internet, semen retention will break the spell that women have cast upon the world of men. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Go into your local venue, Costco, Walmart, Publix, your 7-Eleven, wherever there's a lot of people, right? And take a look at the people walking around, derping around, trudging around like freaking zombies. They are dead in the eye. They are drained. They are seeing life through a filter, and they're not truly seeing reality. They're not seeing it clearly. They are so drained, and they are so addicted that they cannot see the world clearly as it is, because there has been a spell cast upon men by women, intentionally or unintentionally, or you can even say it's just from, our biology. We as men, it's very easy for us to get addicted to sensuality and the bodies of women, as beautiful as they are. This is not to take away from, the power that women hold. I think every man should go out and actually have a lot of deep, intimate moments and connections with beautiful, sweet, kind women who they are connected to. But it very easily can turn into an addiction, and you very easily can fall under the spell that titties and ass, cast upon you, to put it very simply. But when you are under this spell, you are reactive. You're constantly drained. You are constantly reactive to the world at large. You are not exerting your will upon reality, upon your own life. You are not the decision maker of your life. You're not consciously sitting in your energy saying, what is the best move right now? What is the best move on the chessboard for my life? What should I do today? You are constantly getting thrown around the world like a tumbleweed upon the savannah, like a pinball. If you've ever seen a pinball machine in a pinball, it just kind of like bings around, like bing, 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 bing. And the pinball machine and the little knots go ding, 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 ding. And they bang around the ping pong ball wherever the person who's mashing the button sees fit. If they want the ball to go this way, they're going to hit this button. If they want the ball to go this way, they're going to hit that button. And that's from your weakness, from the place of having this spell of lust, of this brain fog about you. You are going to be so reactive that if anybody wants to exert their will upon you, you are so weak, you are so drained, you are so metaphorically limp that if somebody says, I want him to do this, they will tell you and you will listen. Make no mistake, because there is no depth to who you are. You can't look somebody in the eye and confidently, respectfully, but confidently and surely say no. When they say, you will inject the thing into your arm, flashback to 2020, you can't just say no. Sorry, I love you and I respect you and I respect your opinion, but no, I will not do this for myself. When they say, you will eat this garbage food that we've prepared for you. When they say, you will put up with these garbage ideas that we are trying to purport and convince you of, to hate your fellow human beings, to hate the world around you, to hate nature, to hate God, you will say, respectfully, no. No. From a place of loving groundedness, you can finally say no, because you are no longer under this spell. You can see reality clearly because you are connected with your soul. Because the world does not exist out there, it exists in here. And when you're connected to your soul, to your deep, infinite consciousness, you are no longer the pinball being thrown around inside the machine. You are the leader of your own life. You are dominating reality. You are dominating yourself, and so you can dominate reality. I find not the man who can dominate others impressive. I find the man who can dominate himself impressive. Because if you're dominating other people, that just shows insecurity. It shows fear. Because the person who wants to dominate other people and wants to have control over other people, it's because he truly cannot trust others and he cannot trust himself. And that comes from a place of being not powerful, of being not grounded. He's in fear, so he has to control everything. He has to control other people. But if you can dominate yourself, if you can control yourself, you don't need to control anybody else, because you are okay. Right here, right now, because you are conscious. And when you see reality clearly, you realize there's nothing to be afraid of. You are always now, infinitely now in this moment, the moment of now. And here in this moment, there is no problems. There is only situations that are meant to be dealt with. But when you're in this fog of lust, when you're constantly drained, you're just like in a fog of, oh, what's happening? You can't trust, you don't feel safe in your own body because your body's not healthy and vibrant, full of life force and chi and consciousness. And when you're drained, you're just like derping around. What am I supposed to do? I can't even make decisions about what I'm supposed to freaking eat or what I'm supposed to like do in the next hour when I have time off from my job. But then when you go out into the world, to your job, your employer is just like, do this. And you're like, okay. Like, this is how men are operating these days. These are not men. These are male Homo sapiens with masculine genitalia, but they are not men. Make no mistake. There is very few actual men left in this world. There's a lot of males. There's a lot of human beings that, have masculine biological appendages, but they are not men. They are little boys masquerading as men. They are little addicts masquerading as conscious beings. And you will start to be able to see who's who and what's what when you walk this path. You won't be fooled anymore. When you see a man who's like acting Mr. Tough Guy, you'll be able to tell whether he's full of shit or not. Make no mistake. You will be able to tell from the first second. And not only will you see it in other people, this isn't meant to be a judgment to other people. You will be able to see it in yourself. You'll be able to tell when you are being inauthentic. You will be able to tell when you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, I'm being so inauthentic. I am under the illusion, under the spell of lust. The titties have prevailed again. They've conquered my mind once again. It's like you're going from being a slave to being a king once again. Remember the movie Lion King, where Simba, he was living at home in the savannah, this beautiful plain of grass and animals, and he was the son of a king, but then his father died. And there was his evil uncle who I think the name was Scar. He tried to take over the land, right? And so Simba, he didn't confront the evil. He didn't confront the evil things, the negative things that he was supposed to confront. He ran away. He ran away into the jungle and thought he could escape by just drowning in pleasure and drowning in laziness. All he did all day was screw around and screw things and eat food and lay around and be lazy. And he thought he could escape his duty, his destiny, by drowning himself in pleasure. But eventually he had to return, and things had fallen apart so much. And he finally did have to come and confront that evil. He had to graduate from being a boy, from being a little slave, to becoming a king. Where have you been so long? King, you've been gone for far too long. It's time to return. It's time to break the illusion that women have cast upon the world by using their sexuality. And it's not, again, this isn't like some like crap on women fest. I think, all human beings are divine and beautiful and special and should be loved in their own way. But whether it's conscious or unconscious, we as men have really effed up, haven't we? We've really messed up because we have not been the conscious men we've needed to be. And that's why things are falling apart, man. Just look at the world. The world is falling apart because men are not being the men that they need to be. But getting a hold of this addiction is the first step. Bro, you've been gone for far too long. But we're back. We're back, baby. I'm not really afraid. I know like society in general, especially Western society, is kind of like on the decline. You're like, oh, things used to be better 50 years ago. And yes, they did. Everything is falling apart now. But I think, as they say, nice times create weak men, but weak men create hard times. And right now we are going into those hard times. But these hard times, these challenging situations, these difficult scenarios are exactly what our masculine psyche needs. Because these hard times that are coming, that we are in right now, but are only going to get worse, It's exactly what our brain needs. It's exactly what you need. Make no mistake. It's exactly what you need. So keep walking the path of retention. Keep retaining that energy. Hold that seed. Stop nutting all the time. And break the spell. Break the spell. Reclaim your mind and recenter yourself in your energy. That's it. That's the video. Make sure to join the Telegram. I will put the link below, and I will speak with you very, very soon. Peace.